So I would start this with kind of a montage of sorts. You know, maybe like a roller coaster of emotions of everything that led up to the point of me finally super awakening this character. That'd be pretty cool, right? But I gotta get this off my chest. Leveling super awoken characters has gotta be the worst experience this game has to offer next to grinding for 4+. Once you get a super awoken character, in this case War God Finn, to level 90, he no longer gains XP through chickens, which is the usual way that we level up units. Like you see here, if we actually go into the enhanced screen and go to War God Finn, XP will not increase. I can't give him XP at all through chickens. And this wouldn't be that bad if we had better XP stages that actually rewarded good experience. Like for the most part, the best way to get XP up is by doing Holy Land of the XP right now, or by doing crest farming, which is what majority of people are probably going to do whenever they grind for this character. But as you see here, it requires 14 million XP just for one level to 100 to 101. I can't even imagine the XP that I need to get from 100 to 120. Literally, I didn't even post a video yesterday because yesterday was supposed to be this video. It's supposed to be this showcase video. I didn't even post a showcase video because I was grinding the XP stage all day. And then before that, whenever I got done live streaming my attempt on Summoner's Road, whenever I got back from eating and everything, I said, you know what, let me auto loop crest for a little bit because it was half off stamina. And I was doing that for about 4 hours and I still wasn't level 100. So yeah, this is ridiculous. The fact that I already have 400 runs on this character and he's not even close to level 120 is crazy to me. Either way, I did want to at least get him to level 100 so I had access to all of his passives. Which, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first Ascended Showcase. This is a pretty momentous occasion. I remember the first Awoken unit I did back in the day, I think it was Roy. Now here we are with Finn. It's pretty exciting to finally have this character on Global, and man, what a beast he is. This character has it all. By all, I mean tactics, 50 arc gauge to the whole team, because why not? You want extra damage? He has extra damage passively if the enemy is below 50% HP. By the way, this is a buff to the entire team. He also has a leader skill, the first leader skill in Grand Summoners, which if Finn is set as the leader, he will give everyone on his team 30% DR for 45 seconds. In terms of his kit, it just gets even crazier. Like, he's pretty much just regular Finn, but on roids. You got attack ups, you got equip CT, you got crit rate, and he has the brand new mechanic, which is known as super crits. What are super crits? Super crits are 3 times the damage. Yep, you triple your damage if you super crit. We have a 5-star physical. This will become a 6-star physical if you have him at LB6. He has a 5-star support, a 4-star support, and this 4-star support is able to be changed to a 4-star defense if you take him to LB7. Now here's the thing that I'm going to be telling all you guys about the super awoken characters, and I'm going to be doing this pretty much with every single showcase. I'm going to be saying whether or not I feel like you need to take a character to LB7. Taking them to LB6 is fine to get the 6-star slot, but taking them to LB7 is really going the extra mile here. And for War God Finn, I would say the 4-star defense is very up to you. If you feel like that is something that is going to really change the game and you feel like you're going to be using that quite a bit, then absolutely go with it. But I don't think it's the highest priority. I believe the slots that he has already are best in slot, so I don't think he needs the 4-star defense. Since we're on the topic of equips though, let's talk about some equip loadouts for him. So for the physical slot, you can go with a lot of the stuff that we know, right? Curse Light Sword, True Izanagi, any of that arch-shinning stuff will be great for that physical slot. However, if you want to opt in for the new shiny 6-star physical, you get this from Summoner's Road, by the way. It's not bad. It's a massive earth resist down, and this will be heavily, and I mean heavily, appreciated in nukes. But if you're not nuking, I don't think the new 6-star equip is something you want to go for. In terms of the 5-star support, though, he does have access to his true weapon if you want to go with it. However, do not feel pressured to get his true weapon. His true weapon is good. It gives him a lot of extra damage, like arch damage ups and all that. And it is also an AoE arch-shin item, but if you have other AoE arch-shin items at your disposal, then you don't necessarily need to grab this. As for the other 5-star supports you can go with here, stuff like Lesser Demon Heart, Optima Raid, any AoE arch-shin item will be great. Or if you're nuking, of course, Type 0 will also be good. And for the 4-star supports, you're going to be looking at stuff like Keon, Arc Ignite, or anything else is going to be some good arch-shin for sustain. Now in terms of the crest slots, now this character actually has access to 3 crest slots if you get him to luck. 30, which I will be taking mine to luck 30 at some point. And because of that, you can pretty much put all the crests that you're going to want onto this character, like no problem whatsoever. So let's talk about the one that everybody probably wants, Attack Up. This is going to give War God Finn a lot of extra damage, and he will greatly appreciate it since he does have that 100% Attack Up in his kit if you do use the super art. Another very important crest that you need on this character will be Equipment CT down. Equipment CT will be great since he has amazing slots. And then for the last bit, if you want to really cap off on his damage, if you're going for that triple crest, you go something like POFG, Hearst Frost for the extra physical damage, or go with the crit damage to buff up his crits even more. And now moving on to the animations. We did check out some of the animations during the summon video, if you guys saw that, but we didn't see the super art. Still, for the people that didn't see the summon video and you want to see the animations again, let's go through them. We have his attack here, just 2 slashes, looks kind of cool. We have his skill, which I actually really like. We have his art, which I think is probably the worst animation in his entire kit. We then have his true art. This has a lot more movement to it. Reminds me a lot of regular Earthfin's true art. And then we have his super art, which I haven't ever seen the animation very clean, just kind of like this. But I feel like it's kind of hard to tell what he's doing in combat. So let's see if I can get it. So he dashes forward and then he does that. And then, yeah, it's very quick. And it's not really anything special. The main thing is that this is like one of the best true arts in the entire game just to nuke something. Like you see how fast the activation is and the damage is pretty much instant. For this to be the first super awoken character though, I'm gonna be honest, kind of a little bit disappointed. I know the animations get a little bit better whenever like Sword Demon Berwick comes out. I think he has an amazing animation. I've already seen that one. So for this to be the first Ascended unit, we're really gonna be changing up the ratings here because I'm expecting Ascended characters to come out swinging with their animations. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. His art takes this down quite a bit. So I'm giving this guy, I can't believe I'm saying this, but animation wise, 6 out of 10. I know. They're just not that great to me. So one of the fights I'm going to showcase him is actually stage 4 of Summoner's Road. I wouldn't say he's like a hard carry. The hard carry in this fight is Volti LR. But he did a lot in terms of his equipment CT, in terms of the arch gen, and even super critting against like the Herrick fight. He can do a lot and kind of just sustain for quite a bit. One thing I will do here is actually make him the leader so we get the damage resist buff and Volti and everybody else can benefit from it because with this we have tons of DR. We're even throwing some attack up food just to help everybody get a little bit stronger. By the way, I will be having a guide to Summoner's Road come out over the weekend. So if you're curious on exactly how to tackle each stage, I will be having something coming out very, very soon. But either way, you see right here, we are already vibing. We're going to pop the art right here because we don't need the crits. If you guys don't know, on this stage, the blue skeleton, not the blue skeleton, but the dragons that we fight actually are crit immune. They don't take damage at all from crits, and the blue skeletons here only take damage from poison, which is one of the reasons why this fight lasts for so long. But with the equipment CT buff from War God Finn plus the Finn Aloha shorts, we're going to be able to go through this a little bit quicker. Well, I say quicker, but if we don't poison, then we'll be here for a minute. First stage done in 1 minute and 22 seconds. Jesus. Now we can finally start using War God Finn's arts and true arts, which, speak of the devil, why not we use the super art? We're going to pop off with this and see if we can get some big damage here. Maybe Herrick would just one-shot us, but nah, we're doing the one-shotting today. As you can see, we're doing pretty well. War God Finn makes this a lot faster, especially on the Herrick part, and I'm assuming he's going to make it a lot faster too once we get to the actual end. However, it is a little bit finicky at the end here. He's not going to deal too much damage, since the way how this fight works is it's based on however many poison stacks we have, depends on how much additional damage you're able to deal to the boss. So if we don't have any poison stacks, then we practically deal no damage to the boss, and that's the reason why we use Volti LR. And now we move on to the final phase against B3, or this is against Y2. And main thing here is that I'm going to be trying to alternate between War God Finn's art, his true art, and then even trying to get his super art up here and there just to give him the attack buff, even though, like mentioning before, he's not really going to be doing too much damage. By the way, if you're doing this fight yourself and the ads are spawning, you're like, oh my goodness, I have to worry about them. You actually don't have to worry about the ads at all in this fight. You can kind of just do whatever you want. Basically here, he's the super art. We're going to see the damage. It's probably going to be like absolutely, never mind, even use it. Dude, I have so much muscle memory of just flicking up twice. Whenever I have to flick up more than that, it feels just weird. There we go. 3 flicks with the super arts. And let's see if we deal any damage. We actually only have 1 poison. Yeah, we did no type of damage there. Let me actually pop Volti's true art before he dies. But yeah, as you see, we're kind of vibing right now, man. Not really much is happening. We're just having the equip CT up. We're making sure our buffs are up. And I'm probably not going to be using the super art too much more since War God Finn's not going to deal really any damage here. And this is going to quickly become a showcase of just Volti LR. But it's definitely going to be showing off more of War God Finn's supporting potential than his damage potential. Since I feel like most people probably know at this point that this guy does crazy DPS. One of my biggest gripes with War God Finn is the fact that he doesn't give the super crits to everyone else, but I understand how broken that would be. If that was just like a thing that everyone had, I kind of see it. Would it be fun to, you know, mess around with everybody doing super crits? Yeah, it would, but you know, I understand. Hey, you guys want to see some damage real quick? Let me show you this phantom bullet damage. Let me show you. Watch the DPS real quick. Watch it. Let us see it. When he gets stunned? Okay, no, he didn't get stunned. Okay, it's just gonna take a minute. There it is. There's the phantom bullet DPS. You don't see that too often, man. If I actually had Crest on this character, my god, that would probably one-shot. Also, another thing I'll mention about War God Finn, his buff duration lasts so long that on a team like this, his art gauge really never falls off. Once it gets going, he's gonna have it up 24/7. And I really like that about him. Some characters, like for example, this happens a lot with Haruto. Like what happens with him is I use my true art and I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna go into my art. I go into the art, and then by the time I get back to the true art, my arch-gen buff and my healing buff actually fell off, which definitely sucks. As you see here, let's actually pop War God Finn's super art. Did we deal any damage to the boss? No, we dealt nothing but ones, because you know why? We are not poisoned. As you see here, Volty LR is completely covered with poison debuffs. We should survive, and we should instantly kill this guy, and there he is. There's the end. And it took us 8 minutes and 16 seconds, but as you saw, it's one of the ways that you actually use him in harder content. And wow, we actually can't see the damage, but that's kind of stupid. But yeah, you can actually use War God Finn on pretty much most of these stages. He's kind of like built for this to an extent. But let's say if we weren't wanting to do something like that, what about if we wanted to take him up against something where he wasn't, you know, just playing support the entire time? You may be like, OP, this is stupid amounts of support. You have 3 arch-geners. No, we don't. We have 2 arch-geners, a nuke, and Draken. So let's just kind of show you, you know, how he would play out if you wanted to use him, you know, kind of in a regular team comp. You can kind of just throw him wherever. As you see, he's already in his true arc. Everybody's arch-gen stacks with each other. You gotta love it. You know what I mean? Oh my god, the buffs are gonna be insane. So let's see if Redacne is able to survive a super art from War God Finn. As we know, it's probably not likely. With most enemies in this game, I don't think anybody's gonna be able to survive a super art from War God Finn, especially with this kind of support on the team. But let's just see. This is just what happens. Do we even get to see? Oh wow, look at the XP though, 210 XP. That's actually not bad. What's the damage number on that? Yeah, that's what I would expect. So yeah, you can kind of expect that with majority of fights in the game, that he's just gonna absolutely destroy them, especially this older piece of content. This is the first Crest Palace we ever got, so he's gonna be able to blow this up. It's gonna be the same even in like these Crest Palaces. Like if you wanted to make a team to use him and shine the Diamond Dust, I'm pretty sure you can. You'll just need a lot of accuracy. As we see here, if we actually go to the Hall of Fame, I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing like 3-man comps mainly carrying him. Yeah, as you see right here, this is more so a carry comp for War God Finn. 2 4+s already? Jesus Christ, he's on his way to his 3rd one. So this is kind of the nuke team that I would build around him. We have the Draken, the Forte, the Haruto, and of course War God Finn himself. With this nuke team, it's heavily focused around physical damage and buffing up War God Finn as much as possible. As you see, we don't even have crit rate for everyone because we don't really need it. Of course, if we were doing this more so for floor clearing and all that, I probably would have a crit buff somewhere on the team just to help clear out ads and all that a little bit quicker. But since we don't really have to worry about that because this is the takedown battle, I'm not really going to be too fixated on it. Now, one thing I want to mention is with War God Finn is that if you want to build around his super art for nukes, which requires 300 art gauge, and this will be the case for probably most super awoken units, you want to be using Axis on the character if he has a 5-star support, because this gives you 100 art gauge and it also increases your arts damage. The arts damage is whatever, mainly the art gauge buff is really why we use it. With this exact team, we set up 300 art gauge perfectly, and we set up 200 art gauge perfectly for the entire team, and this boss is probably gonna fold. I'm almost certain they're just gonna die instantly. So let's just see what happens here. We're gonna pop off all of our items, and let's see what the DPS is from the team. We're gonna be popping off with that, and then using the super arts, and let's see the damage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's just dead instantly. 6-second clear, nothing to it. Man is toasted. Let's see the damage real quick though before we get too far into it. Wow, this gives you XP as well? No, this ain't a strat. I was about to say, I don't think this costs stamina, but 12 million on his own. 12 million that quick. But yeah, in terms of nuking, in terms of being an attacker, in terms of being a support unit, he kind of does everything. Another reason why he's so good in nukes is because this character is an earth unit and he benefits from Iry's true weapon. Iry's true weapon is one of the best, if not the best, nuking equip in the entire game with the amount of damage buffs it's able to provide. So yeah, War God Finn is nothing short of being an actual god. They should have kept his name War God Finn because that's what he is. But War Hero Finn, it's pretty much the exact same translation, so I'll accept it. That was our first Ascended showcase. Let me know down below if you guys would like to see anything new in terms of the Ascension showcases. Maybe there's something else that I could be doing that could make these Ascension showcases a little bit different. And let me know how well you guys are doing so far in Summoner's Road. Like I said, I'm gonna be having a guide on it in a few days. That's gonna be it from me though, man. Thank you all for coming out. It's been your boy P, and last but not least, you guys already know, don't forget to drink water.